All right, I'm live. What's going on, everyone? How y'all doing tonight? It is 10:56 in the PM on the 21st January 2018. I am once again midnight baby duty. So my bedtime won't come until approximately 4 o'clock in the morning. So here I am, killing time with you sons of bitches until I can finally go to sleep. We'll see. Actually, what will probably happen is I'll be doing it until my daughter starts to cry enough, and then I just say fuck it, and I throw her in a car seat and I drive around the block a couple times because she'll pass out. That's I don't want to do that every night, but man, she's been really fussy the last couple nights. So, and you're probably asking yourself, what's up with what's up with the title of the video? Why is it all of a sudden going by the name Yarbo? That would be a meme created tonight over on the YouTube Saints, where I was referred to as a horse fucker repeatedly. So there's that. That's my night. Horse fucker. I guess it's better than chicken fucker, to be honest with you. You feel like you're more of a man fucking a horse than you are fucking a chicken, but at the same time, fuck. Oh, you're wearing the same shirt, Vandalia? Yeah, I got this for Christmas from my brother. Who was the comedian who screwed me? Oh, wait. What video did I said that in? I said that today in a video. I did, I think, right? I did like 6 videos today. I'm trying a new approach. So because I put out so much content, which will probably be increasing by a wee bit, if I get accepted onto another kind of like platform. I'm looking into moving over a particular show to 2 platforms actually. You've got Twitch, which is now doing that partnership thing, or that YouTube, or not YouTube, that video production tool, which would allow me to pre-record content and then schedule that to have like a lead-in, which would be really fucking cool. And I might do that for Russell and then just move Russell over there and build off that. But there's another platform that I'm waiting to learn more about. So RPB or RPD or RP Dev Jesco. Dude, I lived in Southern California. My last name was pronounced more with a Y than a J pretty much all the fucking time. Why does God love the Patriots? Because the Patriots like to cheat. Oh, I said it. I'm not even a football fan. I don't even care about, hand football or whatever, the hand tube ball, whatever they called it. But nah, Bill Belichick, man, fuck that guy. Will I become the new Filthy Frank? No, Mr. Shadow, I will not. I will not. If you look at Matt Jarbo on Google, the 3rd or 4th link is for porn stars YouTube. Hold on, I gotta see this. Wow. I don't see it on there. So I don't see it. So sorry. Hand egg ball. Thank you. That's what it is. Did I see Medicare's DSP video? I did, actually. I did. I watched it as I was exporting videos today. Yeah. Fucking. I have to honestly say, I'm glad DSP was not nailing an escort. Like, I'm glad, like, I wouldn't care if Phil was in fact going like knuckles deep on an escort. Like, I wouldn't care about that, because that's his own personal business. And I understand what it's like to be lonely. It's, and everything else. Like, sometimes you just want that human companionship, but why would you drop $6 grand for some Eastern European, trim when you could Allison Rapp charges way fucking cheaper and she's local. You know what I mean? So there's that. Like there's yeah, the Mouseketeer, link it to me, mundanemat.com/submit. I can be Nat Yarbo now. That's my new name. Is that what I'm going as? Is that the name? Okay, I'm fine with that. Aaron, you don't need human companionship. You have your right hand. You also have a dog, and I'm pretty sure at least 4 or 5 jars of peanut butter. Look, dude, I'm not going to judge you for doing what you do. I've known you a long time. Judgment doesn't do anything. I'm just going to say, please. The dog is cute. Get help. Catfished. I'm sure he got catfished. Yeah. Well, no, he got catfished. So him getting catfished is funnier than him having sex with an escort and her like talking about like, that he's a grower, not a shower situation. I get that. At the same, I actually watched that 3-hour top 10 fails of DSP video that was going around the other night. I watched the full 3 hours. And I can't help but feel sorry for Phil. Now, Phil doesn't need my sorry. He doesn't need my sympathies. He doesn't need anything like that, right? He clearly is doing well enough on his own. I will say, though, that the video, when it summarized how much money they thought he earned, I don't know how true that is. As a person who does this as a career, who has insight into how some of this stuff pays out, I don't know. I don't know. Marsupio Gamer here, $10 super chat. Thank you, sir. Says, never seen you live, but I love your show. It's been a while for you, but I feel the swatting. My girlfriend got swatted last month. Of course, she shot me, but it was an accident, so it still sucks. Oh, wait. Your girlfriend got swatted last month. She shot you? Like, I would love to know more about that, but no, I appreciate it. Thank you. The swatting, yeah, I don't think it will happen again. Fingers crossed on that one. And plus, I've also contacted the local authorities and made damn sure they know who the hell I am. So Phil and I look like brothers. No, Mouthy Mama, we don't. Can DSP stop the grimace? Clearly, nothing can stop the grimace. So, but no, I'm just saying, Phil, DSP, man, like I actually look at that dude like an underdog, which is so weird because he's got more like 30,000 more subs than me. But I look at him like an underdog, and I look at him like I feel bad whenever I see there being a dog pile on him. Like, I'm blocked on Twitter. Like, he blocked me on Twitter a while ago, but I feel bad. I do. And the reason why I feel bad is because this is a guy who is just doing his thing. And yeah, he gets to be a bit of a whiny cunt. And yeah, it's a real whiny cunt. Like, just, like his menstrual cycle has lasted like 2 years too long. He's just bitter, irritable, and whacks off on camera when people aren't paying attention, but they are. But I feel bad. So, do I occasionally buy the local precinct boxes of donuts to remind them of who you are? No, I haven't done that yet, Aaron. I haven't done that one yet. What's going on, Scott NDX? Yeah, thanks for coming in, man. Thanks for coming in. Do I know Dewey? I know Dewey. How bad is DSP's diet that he got gout? I don't know, man. My diet ain't much. My diet's a lot better. I actually had like steamed vegetables for dinner, and like turkey burgers. I had chicken and steamed vegetables last night. Granted, the frozen yogurt I had didn't help, but it's all a point system. How do I feel about stuff falling from the sky? Are you referring to that meteor in Michigan? I'm just pissed off that didn't happen here, man. I would have been all up on that shit. Hey, innocent boy. No, man, I appreciate you watching. I do. I do. Like, people who can help out through Patreon or Super Chat or whatever is awesome, and like it's truly appreciated. But you know what, man? If you can't, no worries. The only thing you could do, and this is just I mean, the meme is the meme, but the meme is real. Turn off that pesky ad block. That's really the only thing you could do ultimately. But if you don't, that's cool too, man. It's no big deal. Like, there's believe it or not, most of my views actually come from mobile. So, the likelihood of there actually being higher ads watching comes from that. And that's just where things are right now. I mean, I do more of talk radio kind of stuff anyway. So you can just kind of, pop it in. Like I've been making the joke mundane Matt and chill. I don't even know where the fuck that came from, but it came from somewhere. Like you just pop it on and listen and shit. So I don't want to get it on with the meteor, but I'd want to track it down and see whether or not it's brought me a symbiote suit that can make me into a superhero. Dustin Conley, no, you don't have to Google anything. I over on the YouTube Saints tonight, they were Jeff mispronounced my last name. The fucker lives in Oregon. Mispronounced my last name. If he would have been like, "Oh, I'm from Southern California," I could understand, but still. Yeah, you watch tie in. I watch all on. Well, I have YouTube Red, so I watch everything on mobile. I should stream some PUBG. Yeah, I might be. I need to get into streaming that again. I want to stream it on the Xbox One because I actually do okay there. I actually realized that I like the first person servers a lot more because it feels more like a traditional fucking FPS, and it's like you only got that 180 field of view. So I think that really helps out. And the first time I played, I got 3 kills in a round. I felt really good about that. So I should dual stream on Twitch. Jamie, I want to. Okay, so here's what's probably going to happen with that. With this whole Twitch product thing or Twitch video production tool, like what I might do is do like a Rustled or something for that, or create something specifically for that. And then have that be like what's scheduled to come out and everything else. And I don't know. I want to, but at the same time, it's like I might just start streaming on Twitch more. But then there's also my vlog channel, which has gotten demonetized completely, so I could stream over there. Am I going to get Monster Hunter World? I want to, but I barely have time to play anything right now. So jumping into a Monster Hunter game, as much fun as it would be, is not theoretically the best thing. Would it throw your gaming related new stuff for Twitch? I mean, Heroic Idiot, I could do something like that. I could do the $3 Theater show, and then do the fucking the gaming show over on Twitch, and then do this, and then be everywhere. I could. Here's the thing with that though. I literally it's one of those things where it's like what I want to do and how much energy and time I have to do it is not a lot of time. I have to start trying to find ways to streamline. So today, for example, I recorded 6 videos. 3 of them already went up. 3 of them are going up in the morning. So I'm going to start doing this where I leapfrog, because I have the energy to sit down and bust out 6 videos. I can just find 6 stories, record 6 videos, get those up in like 2 hours. And then that's the next day's content. And then I can still do the streams for $3 Theater and go from there. And it allows me to kind of like do it all in one go. I mean, that is, unless what I do is I start doing the Mundane Match Show, and then the Mundane Match Show is those 6 stories segmented out over 2 days, and then do that. So I could do like the live and the live. Actually, that's actually not a horrible idea. I could do something along those lines, and then that would allow me to like really just put out a fuckload of content. But the thing is, my dream to do more with $3 Theater is kind of like that's where I want to put my focus this year. So. Did I hear the elements of Star Wars fan fiction allegedly was stolen for The Last Jedi? General Grievous, I heard that the whole situation involving what's it called? The Jedi Path or whatever is considered an EU book and not considered canon, and yet that is what Rian Johnson used for the doppelganger of the advanced force techniques. I saw that thing on Twitter. Yundane Marbo. Yeah, that's right. Did I hear anything about the Donald Trump mental test? Yes, I heard he could identify what a camel is. And I heard that he, you can download the test online and see what he took for a cognitive ability test. Do I like Breath of the Wild? Yeah. Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Let's see. You're talking to your friends about doing a show using Google Hangouts. Stream it live once in a while. Worth giving it a try. Um, I mean, here's the thing: is ultimately, if you're looking to do a show and put it out there, you could do that. Actually, you could really do that. You could sit there and bring your buddies in and do an unlisted or private hangout, and then post it unlisted. And you can actually set that as a thing. Like this stream, I think will go unlisted, and then I have to make it public. So you could post it afterward unlisted, wait like a couple hours, download it using like 4K downloader or whatever. Or well, if you're probably not going to push past 720p. So I would push like, you could do pego.co or just find any YouTube downloader site, download it, cut it up, re-upload it, and then have the metadata ready to go. Or you could record it, and then make sure that, there's no dead air or whatever, and then have that ready to go, with a new thumbnail and shit, which you can do that too. And there's multiple ways to do it. I saw one stream. I'm just not going to say who's doing it, but, what they're doing is they're streaming through OBS and they're hosting a Google Hangout, and they have that, in a little box on the screen. So you see who's talking. And that's that. And so they're hosting the one stream, and then that's what they're sharing that window through OBS as a way to put it there. So it's an interesting situation. James Bogley, if Monday, Matt, if the horse has a cock, I'll fill a sock. Jarbo, I'm sorry. I still think the one I said was pretty funny. Matt, if she says nay, I say yay. Jarbo, I thought that was pretty funny. Because you got to have a sense of humor over these things when people start calling you a horse fucker. So there's definitely that. So yeah, you could easily do something along those lines and then have it uploaded. What I do, if you check out 3 Buck Theater, the stream there is I stream, and as I'm streaming, I record on OBS, but I record in 1080p. And so like while the stream quality is 720p, when I re-upload the content to segment it out, which by the way, I do recommend actually, because doing a long form show, you're not going to get a lot of growth if you're doing news. Ultimately, if you're doing news, so you have to like have more people. Like you have to break it up a little bit and put out the more relevant bits in order to bring in more people and shit. But I do that in 1080p, so that's up in 1080p. And the cool thing about that too is I'll record it, and then I will just import the file into my editor, and I find the clips that I want to export. I segment those things out. I put it in a batch export, and then I walk away. I hit export. It takes about a half hour to do everything or so. And in the process of doing that, I start making my thumbnails. I start writing up all the metadata, titles, tags, descriptions, and trying to figure out like how to do that. Because honest to God, the best way for exposure is literally, and I mean this literally, your descriptions. Like your descriptions are what Google indexes for your YouTube videos. And so by having good descriptions that are very heavily keyword laden in a natural way, you have a better shot at getting that. And so that's one of the things like I spend time working on is like, how do I write my descriptions and how do I write them that they have enough keywords that are able to then get caught up in the algorithm and then get spread and get spread and get spread. So it's definitely, it takes time, like today I was exporting 6 videos and I'm like, on my keyboard, just typing away frantically and then still spending time fine tuning everything. I fine tuned the videos for tomorrow pretty well. So there's that. I'm just saying, so does dropping multiple vids help growth particularly? I thought YouTube was pumping out longer vids with higher engagement. Well, here's the thing. Longer vids with higher engagement will work out better for you in terms of earning money, right? Whereas shorter videos with fewer engagement is probably not going to be that good for you overall. But that being said, a lot of people aren't going to come on in. And if I have a video that's all like, 45 minutes long where I cover 5 or 6 news stories for that day, people aren't going to randomly just come in. You might get a couple that come in, but you're not going to see a massive increase from new subscribers and everyone else. Whereas if you were doing something like this, like the live version of it, where there's conversation and that conversation is not in the video. So that's what I do with $3 Theaters. I segment out that stuff and I cut out the in-between conversations where we talk about the article, talk about the situation. So people only get the snippet. Now the snippet contains all the info, like the relevant story information, and then people coming in, because I put a little tag in there that says this is from a $3 Theater live stream. And so that lets people know, for one, I'm streaming and everything else. Now, the key is not overdoing it. So I'll let you guys know on Friday, I did a long episode of $3 Theater where I did like 8 individual stories, or well, 8 individual clips, 6 news stories, and 2 trailer reactions. And ultimately the trailer reactions like really fucking easy. But what I did is I cut those up and I segmented those out to post over the course of the weekend. So while I didn't record anything yesterday or today for the channel, I had content going out, right? I had content going out that I felt was interesting, that still kept the views. I'm averaging like 30,000 views a day on $3 Theater. I'm getting like 60 to 70,000 views a day, if you know, around there on this channel. So, I mean, and that channel's only got like just under 17,000 subscribers. And I'm getting 30,000 views a day over there. And again, it's you to play it up, to build. And I've gone up like 5,000, almost 5,000 subscribers, I think, in the last like month or something on $3 Theater, maybe a little bit more. So the idea here essentially is that what you want to do is you want to have the content, but you also want to have like the ability to work and grow with the audience. My biggest problem, and I will fully admit this is my biggest problem, is I don't engage enough in the comment section. Because I put out so much content, it is extremely difficult to do so. I use the the YouTube Studio app on my phone a lot, and I'll just be sitting there and I'll like thumb through and I'll like find a comment and I'll respond to the comment that way. Usually I do voice to text or whatever, but like going through and like liking the comments and responding and getting into meaningful discussions, I just simply do not have the time. Not to say that I don't want to, it's just I don't have the time. And so finding a way to like doing it live then allows there to be that interaction as we go. And I mean, doing the live show at like 1 in the afternoon maybe won't be the best for like engagement from people that are at work, but then they can listen on the way home, things like that. So it's like finding the right time to post, finding the right type of content, the length of the content that's going to work best for you. YouTube, this is the thing people don't get about YouTube. Like, most of the time, most of us will really have to dive into the data and learn from it and understand it. Then you get people like Sargon, and I'm not criticizing Sargon at all. He's my friend. I love the dude to death, but he can just post whatever the fuck he wants and it'll get like 200,000 views. Like I slave over titles and thumbnails and fucking descriptions and tags. And I'm like looking up Google keywords to make sure it's a relevant topic and that it's a searchable. People are searching for that terminology. Then I try to find associative terms that are still in congruence with the initial topic and not trying to just spam whatever to get people in. It becomes a thing. So yeah, Jeeves, you used to respond to my comments when you had like 3,000 subs. Well, yeah, it's a lot different when you get, when you get so many. So I want to see here. I got a couple. Okay. So Brando, $2 super chat. Why are the Maze Runner movies so underrated? I don't know. I've only seen the first one. I know the Death Cure is coming out this week. Scorch Trials looks pretty good. I want to see it, but I really, really liked the first one. So I do need to watch the other two. Blackwing says it wasn't a horse, it was a donkey. I know because I was there. Shut up, Blackwing. Okay, it's a donkey that we just made up to look like a fucking horse. All right, we just put some of those Ugg boots on it to make it look like a Clydesdale, and you were elbow deep too, sir. You were elbow deep too. So, can I oh yeah, sorry, N Sports. I did see your comment. Yeah, Amazon filing the trademark for OpenTube and Amazon Tube, since they also have Twitch, are going to be are they going to try competing with Amazon or competing with Google? I think what they're going to do is they're going to look to see how this video producer tool works, and if it works well, and if it brings in a large amount of people that are going to be coming in to look at the whole situation and use it, and it becomes very popular, which I do believe that it will. Considering that people can still, as they're watching it live, throw down bits and shit, and that's how you monetize it. It's a whole fucking different ball game. I mean, whole different fucking ball game. Which is one of the reasons why I kind of want to do something like that, like do like a 30-40 minute show once a week or something and go from there. ultimately, that's what they're going to do then is take that technology, take that and pivot that, transition that into OpenTube or Amazon Tube. I mean, look at the evolution of Justin TV, right? Justin.tv was originally what Twitch was, you know, and it was just live streaming back in the day when no one really knew what live streaming was, or no one really cared what live streaming was. And then it became Twitch and it blew up. I mean, they know that there's an evolutionary process to this. And the thing is, Google is paying for YouTube to ultimately have no other competition in the marketplace. If Amazon comes in and this is a success, especially given 2017, the apocalypse and everything else, this is going to really, really, really look bad for Susan Wojcicki. So I will honestly make this prediction now. I think what will take down Susan Wojcicki and get her out of power at YouTube, of which I honestly believe she needs to go. It will be the Twitch stuff. It will be OpenTube or Amazon Tube or whatever. So, no, my name is not really Yarbo now, Shidoko. It's a meme. Wait, is Chris Ray on here? What? Oh yeah. Hey, what's up, motherfucker? I can't apparently. Oh yeah, I'm not signing in the channel. I didn't know you were here, man. Do you want to come in? I can send you a link. If I could get a mobile notification every time somebody masturbated to thoughts of you, would I want to opt that into a service? Listen, I'll be honest with you, Aaron. Part of me says yes. Only for that weird morbid curiosity of going like, haha, I knew it. I knew that person was whacking off to me right now. I knew I could see their comments on my YouTube channel, man. It's all kind of creepy. But see, part of me at like that weird, twisted, sick part of me would want to know the non part of that. The other part of me does not want to know. No. So, trying to send super chat donation doesn't let me include text. If you do, I think like $1 or $2. No, $1 you can't. $2, I think maybe you can. So I'm just saying there's that. Okay. Let's see here. That is, huh. Apparently I got booted from my own Discord. That is, oh, maybe Discord fucked up. Because like now I looked at my Discord and all of a sudden it's just like, that's not good. So if I could travel in time, any point where space becomes a new Wild West. Yeah, I think I probably would. I mean, like one of the things I loved about Futurama when it came out in 1999 was like the idea that that would be really cool, you know, to like be cryogenically frozen for 1,000 years and how just different the world would be. Okay. Yeah, okay, Discord's fucking up. All right, that's fine. All right. With Twitch or YouTube's new policies coming out, do I think Twitch producer feature will allow smaller channels to gain greater traction? Maybe. You still have to cultivate an audience. That's the whole thing. So that requires you to still stream, right? Like it requires you to still have content. Like you cannot sit there and do that type of content on, you know, like, okay, like you could do like a stream and then like edit together a clip show and then have that clip show be the producer feature, right? So ultimately you're still going to have to be very active on the platform. So yes, there is the ability to get traction, but you have to put in the 3-4 hours a day to start building with that community. It's going to take time. Again, I think this is a test for Amazon Tube and OpenTube, whatever you want to call it. What's the possibility of a Back to the Future remake? It won't ever happen. Robert Zemeckis has actually tied that into his will that it won't ever happen. I have a feeling though, we might get a movie that's very similar in theme. And that could be what happens. Did I watch Black Lightning? I did not watch Black Lightning yet. No, Void, I don't know if you told me if you like the backdrop. I like the backdrop too, man. It's fucking cool. I have to just move it closer because otherwise it's on the thing. So, uh, but yeah, streaming takes a lot of time. Like I wanted, like the thing is, I like doing it with $3 Theater because I can just do it, talk to people, talk movies, and then be done like an hour, hour and a half. This is a lot of fun. I enjoy doing like the mundane Matt stories where we were going through unsolved murder cases. That's something I'd like to find a way to bring back. Me, like because I've got the infant right now, his schedule is just it's fucking insane. So, comparing to the time when first GG video went up to this day, do you find your YouTube, my YouTube career successful? Well, obviously, yeah. When I first posted that video on the 16th of August, 2014, long time ago. When I first posted that video, I did not think anything of it. I mean, as evident by the type of content that I make, I'm generally one video to the next video to the next video to the next video. I don't stop and dwell. If I make a mistake in a video, I generally just leave it up because fuck it, tomorrow are going to be 3 more. And that's generally what I tend to do. And that was how I was doing it back then as well. So when my friend sent me the Erin's blog post, the Zoe post, and she was like, "You have got to talk about this. This is going to be big." I didn't think anything of it. I really honestly didn't think anything of it. I'm like, all right, well, I have to go to work in like an hour. So let me just read through it real quick. I'm going to record my video on my iPhone 5, or I think at the time I had, yeah, I had an iPhone 5. I was recording into an iPhone 5. Not even kidding you. I would literally just record into, I would open up iMovie in my iPhone 5. I would just hit record, and then I would do the show. And if I ever fucked up or anything, I would have to stop the recording and go all the way back to the beginning and then, start over again. So I just hit record and I talked about it for, I think, 11, 12 minutes or whatever. Found the relevant image, the Depression Quest image that Zoe tried to DMCA, slapped it on as a background, hit export, went, showered, shaved, took a shit, came back out, tossed it up on fucking YouTube, did the Hell Hath No Fury like a lover scorn. I completely fucked up even the title on that video. Popped it up there and everything else and went to work, went about my business. Didn't think anything of it. It wasn't until the morning of the 18th, which is when I woke up to the DMCA claim. And then all of a sudden everything changed. I went from 17,000 subscribers at that point in time, to 40,000 a couple months later. I ended 2015 with around, I want to say 80,000 subs or whatever. Ended out, was it 2016 with 130,000 subs. Clearly I have not grown as much as I would like. And that's not anyone's fault specifically. The type of content that I produce and the type of content, because it's not necessarily a niche market, so to speak, whereas like, let's say $3 Theater is a niche market and that is all movies or television or entertainment. That's a very small bubble. Whereas this channel, it's like, what I cover today, Scarlett Johansson, James Franco situation, the Twitch partnership situation, and then the Twitter bot situation. Those are ultimately 3 separate industries, which are going to attract 3 separate crowds. And as a result of that, it does stunt my growth. Whereas, certain people who cover certain topics exclusively will find themselves growing at a more rapid rate. However, I do get a fair amount of views, and as a result, there is a bit of sustainability in that regard. Where, let's say, for example, because I talk about anti-social justice, I talk about social justice warrior stuff, and I'm an anti-SJW YouTuber. When that content has dried up, which it has, I can then pivot to something else, and I'm not stuck. I'm not stuck in a niche that there's almost no way of getting out of, and then having to completely, utterly reinvent myself to become a gigantic fucking tool that attacks his friends. So I'm not doing that because I don't fucking have to. Some people have to because they've just gotten themselves in that situation. And those people you can ultimately tell too are just in it mostly for fame and for money, which again, I'm not knocking anyone who wants to do it for fame and for money. This platform allows you to do it. So, wait, hold on. There's Matt's going to ignore my Van Dyck question because he's a racist against half Celtic, half Norse biracial people. I got to see what the fuck this is. What the fuck is your question? How am I liking Van Dyck so far? Looks like hell of a signing. 75 million. I don't know what am I like Van Dyck? I don't understand what you're talking about. So okay, what ifs, man. So yeah, it's I mean the thing is the thing is it's fucking soccer. God damn it. I don't care about soccer. So but ultimately you know, YouTube is a hell of a thing. It's a very fickle, very stressful beast to be a part of. And it's not to say that like, oh, woe is me. Oh, woe is me. You know, I'm very fortunate. I'm very fortunate. And it's one of the reasons why I want to spend part of this year. I'm trying to learn more about YouTube as a whole, better understand the platform, better understand the algorithm, how to work the algorithm. And then I want to teach other people. I'm working on a book. I do want to do consultations. They will be paid consultations because my time is valuable, but it's not going to be like, you know, there's one guy out there that charges like nearly $400 an hour for YouTube consultation, a one-on-one YouTube consultation. I'm like, I'm not going to charge $400 an hour. Christ. If I'm charging $400 an hour, I better fucking rub and tug at the back end of that thing. You better walk away thinking like you're gonna make $1 million on YouTube and your balls have been unloaded. Like, no. That is just crazy. Mark, you wonder how I initiated the first portion of my audience. What are you talking about? I'm very curious about that. So, how much will the mundane book be? It will I don't know how much it's going to be. It depends on how long it is. So, all right, hold on. I'll take a look at the titties you sent me apparently. Oh, Quack. When did I do the video about Quackenbush? So, what was that? What was that, Scott? Okay, so he sent me. I'm not going to show it on stream, but he drew a picture of a topless woman with a duck coming out of her vagina. Quackenbush. The name sounds familiar, but I forget. Someone named Quackenbush. Okay, I totally forgot. So that is my mistake. All right, let me take a look at the Mouseketeer. You sent me something through. Oh, okay. Somebody's impersonating me. Oh, that's no. That's my original channel, dude. That's my original channel. That's not someone impersonating me. That's me. He sent me a link to my YouTube channel, my first YouTube channel, with only 405 subscribers at youtube.com/disciple87. It's my own thing. It's my own thing. So that's pretty funny. No, man, that was the first one. I forget where the term where that term came from. So I forget where I got that name from, but ultimately there's that. Yeah, but yeah, it's my own thing. How do I think the midterms elections will go? It's going to be a lot more Democrats than you think. Not 100% sweep in that regard, but a lot of Democrats are going to win. Ultimately, the shutdown, a lot of conservatives are trying to say, oh, this is only going to hurt the Democrats. It's ultimately not, because if you look at the information, like if you just actually look at the information, the government shutdown ultimately has to do with the ineptitude of Trump. Because the Friday afternoon, he met with Chuck Schumer and they were working on a deal. And then at the end of it, Trump's like, no deal. You know, the great negotiator didn't try to negotiate, just shut it down. And earlier in the week, he's recorded on TV saying, I'll sign whatever you guys put in front of me. And so the DACA deal was going to happen. Everything was going to happen. They were probably going to work on the wall. But then John Kelly had to go on TV and say that his opinions on immigration have become, he was originally uninformed and then now he became evolved. And it's like, you can't sit there and say that, because that makes Trump feel like he's then got to, he's got to fucking become an ape and shit. And then do the exact opposite of what you're suggesting. So yes, the shutdown is entirely Donald Trump's fault. It is. The Democrats are playing a little bit of hardball, and ultimately good on them. No, really good on them, because they never stoop themselves down to play the Republicans' game. And the Republicans take them to task all the time, and the Dems feel like the high road is always going to win. They're kind of playing a little bit here, and I'm okay with that. So Trump makes the best deals. Exactly. Am I still watching Star Trek Discovery? Chaos. It's been I want to. I'm a couple episodes behind. I'm going to try this week. I'm caught up on all my other TV that I watch. So have I seen Cinema for Cynics Pitch Wars vids? I haven't. I don't watch a lot of Cinema for Cynics. I do find Paul's reviews to be pretty well done, but ultimately, you know, him and TJ tend to go in there from the perspective of let's shit on this thing. They're not killing DACA, Tara. DACA is going to be what ends the agreement on DACA is going to be what ends the government shutdown. So we have more goddamn Mexicans here than Mexico does. When people come here, they breed. It happens. We have a lot more white people here than they did back in, the fucking, like, whenever the fucking pilgrims or the Quakers came here and shit. So Trump seems to be a dumb fucking idiot because he is a dumb fucking idiot. That's the whole point. Like, that's the whole point people don't understand. Trump is not playing 4D chess. He's literally just not caring. I think he's an intelligent guy, but he just doesn't care. He just doesn't care. To him, it's all ratings, right? It's not a game of chess. It's just, like, honest to God, I read through a lot of Fire and Fury, and I would argue that a lot of that's probably more true than you think. So, I'm telling you is, Trump is not a god emperor. He's very much a doofus, and he won. He won because the Democrats got cocky. And of course there was, a lot of influence on social media from a certain hammer and sickle country, but still. Mundane president. If I were, I thought about running for president one time. Oh, I'd get eviscerated. They'd find my videos and they'd sit there and they'd be like, the left would hammer me over the fact like, oh, well, you attack feminism. Yep. The right would be like, well, you've criticized our policies and you criticize religion. I'd be like, yep. So what do you want from me? I'm like, I'm in the middle. Both of y'all fucking stupid. Canada will build their own wall. No. The thing is the wall I understand is symbolic, right? I understand that the wall is symbolic, but it's not going to happen. There's just no way it's going to happen. And the reason why it's not going to happen is because if it was, okay, let's say perfect world, they give him the money, they start building the wall. It will take longer than his potential 2 terms in office, right? It will just take longer. And so if he gets up there and he's out of office and they're still working on the wall, the next president's going to come in and say, I'm tearing that wall down. Now, at the end of the damn day, that is billions upon billions of taxpayer dollars wasted. Not to say we don't waste them anyway, right? But, like with $900 for a fucking hammer in the military, come on. Our military spending is absolutely overbloated. And some of the aid we give some countries too can be called the fuck back. That's something I agree with Trump on. Pull aid from countries that aren't going to be our allies and shit. And pull aid, I say pull aid in general. Also tax the fuck out of casinos. All right. You know what? Tax casinos, man. Just, they destroy enough lives. How's that Kilroy coming? Kilroy's going good, actually. Talked to Base Mama today. Everything's going just fine. Still, man, they've given out some refunds. Still have the vast majority of the tickets that were purchased are still purchased. People are still attending. And they've got, the refunds. If anyone wants to get a refund, they can go get a refund. But ultimately, they're doing just fine. So thanks for asking. So there's that. Look, here's the thing. Here's the thing I would like to see when it comes to immigration reform. The meritocracy idea, I'm 100% behind. I'm 100% behind that. Ending chain migration, I'm 100% behind that too. I am. That's a reform I can get behind. Absolutely. But I also feel like we need to start punishing the countries that are the companies that send jobs overseas. Like when Mitt Romney was running Bain Capital, and Bain Capital was getting basically tax incentives for shipping jobs overseas. You had that story during the 2012 election where there was a Chinese company that was bringing workers over to America in order to have them train the employees. I have a company train the Chinese employees how to do their job, and then as soon as they were done, they were losing their job because the jobs are going overseas. We need to start investing into keeping jobs here, and they have to be decent enough jobs because the economy has to be able to support it. But at the same time, you look at companies, that are having record profits, and it doesn't trickle down. I mean, in California, for example, Walmart employees are oftentimes, for a while, so many Walmart employees were on Medicaid, right? And Governor Jerry Brown actually signed a bill that basically charges Walmart $5,600 a year for every employee that is on Medicaid, that's on government assistance, because you are one of the most profitable companies in the United States. And yet you cannot pay your workers a living wage, and their health insurance is so horrible that it's better for them to go on the government assistance than it is to go through what you offer. That is wrong. That is fucking wrong. And I'm a capitalist, and so at the same time, I understand the concept behind it, but we also need to look at the fact that people are struggling. They're struggling as prices increases. Wages aren't going up as much as they need to be. More and more jobs are going overseas. The jobs that we have available here, they're leaving men behind. If you want to look at it from a sex gender perspective, many of the jobs that we have these days are administration, which is generally it's catered more towards the female demographic. Women are going to college and graduating college at a rate 2 women for every 1 man that goes to college. Men are not finding as many labor jobs or factory jobs or whatever that are here in the United States because they've been shipped overseas or shipped down to Mexico. And so we're seeing a lot of this generation of men that are aimless. They have nothing to do. And it ultimately boils down to a lot of these companies that just want to go cheaper. Now, Trump says he's a great negotiator. He's a great deal maker. And one of the big things was the whole carrier deal. I'm saving 1,100 jobs. Yeah, well, 800 of those jobs have now gone down to Mexico. So ultimately, who the fuck has been saved? A couple hundred people. That's good. Sure. But those are jobs that are still lost down to another country, all in the name of profit. I'm just saying, man, I'm just saying there's a problem. Like, I want to get my channel big enough to where I can afford to hire people. So then I can also afford to bring in people, help them out when they need it. I want to be able to take a little bit of burden off of me, all the work I'm doing, so I can spend time with my daughter, watch her grow up, and still be able to help somebody else out who's able to work with me. I think that is the goal of every small business, is to grow to that particular point. But I think there is a very vast amount of greed in this country. And oftentimes is perpetuated by, well, honest to God, celebrity culture, man. Celebrity fucking culture. You see them, you watch, like, I don't want to say it started with lifestyles of the rich and famous, but it definitely was egged on by lifestyles of the rich and famous, where you've got Robin Leach showing you what you could have, what you could one day achieve, when it's like literally like the top 1% of the top 1% of people get to that particular point in their lives. And then you get people now like the Kardashians, and you get like this reality TV nonsense that literally shows young children that, like, this is the life that, they don't have to work for anything. They can go and film a fucking sex tape, and all of a sudden find themselves making 20 million a year from fucking the E Network, right? Over running a goddamn reality show. That's a big problem, because we're not teaching people to believe in themselves. We're teaching people to want the system to give them something. And ultimately that is very much a leftist mindset. Don't get me wrong, but here's the right mindset of that too. The right mindset is equally as bad on the other side of the coin, which is where they tell you, if you vote for me one day, you will have what I have. That's how the right operates. People who vote conservative that are poor are quite literally, and I mean this wholeheartedly, quite literally voting against every single one of their self-interests, because they're told, they're conditioned that if they vote a certain way, they will in fact at that point one day have what these rich people have. And I'm sorry, Most of you won't. And that's not a negative. You can find a good common middle ground, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen this way. Trickle down economics. Reagan fucked everything. Didn't work. Didn't work. We're paying the price now. 30 years down the fucking road, paying the goddamn price. And the left is not any fucking better, right? So where we had this situation with jobs and everything else go on with the fucking right, you've got the social side with the left, and the social side is everyone gets a goddamn star. Everyone gets a fucking trophy. You showed up to class today, Tommy, here's your fucking sticker. You wiped from front to back, here's your goddamn fucking trophy. And it creates this sense of entitlement. And then both sides over the course of 30 years, 3 decades, have gotten to this point where we are all just fucked. Like fucked beyond belief. And it is sad because we're so goddamn polarized at this point. We are so fucking polarized that being a centrist is now considered a dirty fucking word, right? Like you got to be one or the other. And because if you agree with one side and disagree with the other, or vice versa, you end up getting in this weird thing where you're attacked from both sides. And that's kind of where I find myself, because I'll criticize both sides. Let's see. Sergeant Buck, $5 here, says Mac could have a Lamborghini in his garage that's next to a fully stocked bookcase, but the only thing better than a Lamborghini is a keg of ranch dressing. Fuck. Hold on a sec. Oh shit. Dropped my lamp. All right. No, there we go. Bam. I haven't put the ranch in it yet, but it is a pony keg. I'm probably not gonna put the ranch in it. So there's that. So yeah. Would I have sticks on my channel to talk about Trump? No, probably not. But if he goes to Kilroy, I talk to him about it, no problem. So Abyss, the ranch dressing thing. So like around November, there was a thing with the ranch dressing that was like $50, and I made the joke, if somebody gives me $50, I'll buy it. They gave me $50. So very much. Hey, what's up, Taylor? How are you, buddy? Long time no see, man. I don't think I'll see you at Comic-Con this year. I don't think I'm going. I don't think I'm going to go to Comic-Con. I'm so tired of Comic-Con. Like, I love going, but at the same time, I fucking hate going. I'm so tired of the 150,000 people and like, yeah. But I will be down in San Diego in June for a day or two. Bring back Unsolved Mysteries. DKJ Spec. That's actually, I've been thinking about bringing that back, but it's something a lot more truncated and on another website, which that will be announced here in the next week. Damn Hall H. I know. Damn Hall H. Damn Hall H. So, this day you pretty much have to do everything yourself because nobody will help you get a better life. Yeah, pretty much, man. Like, I mean, when I was on unemployment in Los Angeles, I was making $140 a week for the first like 6 months, and then it dropped to $112 a week. You cannot live in Los Angeles on $112 a week. Thankfully, we were able to make it work. But when I would go do temp work, if I worked more than 10 hours, I wouldn't get paid that week at all. And the temp work I was getting wasn't really paying me more than that. So it really just kind of kept me in this weird place. I'm like, why not give me the 112 so I can actually get myself a little bit ahead in order to be able to then have, to work. But they fuck you. So I've been there. I've been in the system. I get it, man. It's shitty. I started YouTube because I was fucking thinking this is an easy way to make money. No, literally. I thought I could be the most antagonistic motherfucker I could think of, or I could be, and then run ads. And the reason why I chose Mundane Matt as a channel name is because it was already grandfathered in. It was a dumb move, don't get me wrong, but at the time, that's where I was at. Have I read The Dark Tower? I haven't read it. I saw the movie. I actually really liked the movie. I know. Blasphemy. But I'm not the only one. Tara in the chat also liked the movie too. So I'm not the only one. We've talked about it. There's that. You have to be rich these days to get rich. How much do I make right now? Dude, nowhere near. Nowhere. Nowhere near as much as I'd like to. Nowhere near as much as I was making in 2016. I'll tell you that. Eat a Tide Pod. Yeah, man. Yeah. Didn't read the book, so you let me exactly. How did I bring in my initial group of people? Oh, okay. Okay. So originally, Jamie, yeah, I have a PO box. It's actually, if you look in the video description, you'll see it there. Randy, hold that thought, man. We'll get back to that here in a hot second. Oh fuck. Okay, so what I did originally was I just made a lot of content and it was bad. Go back to the early days. But I got a little bit lucky. I got a little bit lucky because I'm very much always paying attention. And so so when I started doing YouTube, the Coney 2012 thing happened, right? And I know those fuckers from San Diego, and so I was like, oh, these guys are fucking scamming shit, right? Well, at the time, Coney 2012 was like the largest viral video of all time. 100 million views in like I think 24 hours, which at that time was all like, oh my god, entirely unheard of. And I talked about it, but I was able to hit it at the right time. So when I made my video about it, is right when the big tidal wave hit. So I got a lot of views from people talking about it, from people wanting to know more, and I made like $400 in the first month of doing YouTube, which at the time I was like, oh my god, that's so much fucking money. And to some people out there, it is. And where I was at that point in time, it was very, very much a lot of money to me. And so I'm like, this is clearly the path. This is clearly the answer. I'll be antagonistic. But so it didn't work out as well as I wanted to that first year. The end of my first year, I only had about 715 subscribers. And I'm not kidding you. So I had 715 subscribers in my first year. So then it was around March, I think around March of 2013. I'm back in San Diego, left Los Angeles. I was in bartending classes. I was trying to do that and shit. I'm working back in my old theater, just trying to find get money and shit. And then all of a sudden I get a message one night from a person, a fan on Twitter who, believe it or not, is actually still a person I talk to very regularly to this day. And he sent me the Adria Richards link. Now, Adria Richards was a feminist who was at PyCon 2013, and a couple of guys were making some coding humor. Oh, I want to fork his repo, right? That kind of thing. And she got really offended. Keep in mind, this is like 1 year into Anita Sarkeesian. So this kind of rabid feminist mindset was starting to creep up because they saw what happened to Anita and they were like, oh, I can do this too. Right. So she turned around and she snaps a photo of these guys and she tweets it out, and PyCon basically removes them. One of the dude loses his fucking job. Now, I didn't make a video about it necessarily, but I was calling her ass out on Twitter, and I was the last person she responded to when the tidal wave of 4chan fucking crashed at her doorstep. So for 24 hours, my tweet was right there at the top of her Twitter profile, right? Was right fucking there at the top of her Twitter profile for 24 hours. I mean, there's a Mashable article that had it up there and everything else. There's people talking about it. So then I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to make a video talking about this because this is a big topic. And so from there, I went from 715 subscribers to 1,300 subscribers, and then up to 2,000 subscribers by the next month. And then that was fucking April or May or something. And then it was by September, I had 5,000 subscribers. And then it keeps going. It keeps going. I'm talking about these issues like I do today. And then it was by December 23rd, I had hit 10,000 subscribers that day. December 23rd, 2013, hit 10,000 subs, but I'd hit 1 million views, by the way. October 3rd, 2013, hit my first 1 million views on that day. Now I'm pulling in 2 million views a month, but I hit 1 million on that day, right? So is in that moment, I kept working, kept working, kept working. And so then from there, 10,000, right? And then by Gamergate, August, a few months later, I was at 16, almost 17,000. Then it jumped up to 20, 25, started 26 to 2015 with like around 40,000. Bam, 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 bam. So that is, again, how you get the audience is you have to talk about these issues. You have to do all these things as a way to keep engaged, keep on it. So if you wonder why I work as much as I do, because I've been doing it for so long, I'm literally physically addicted to it. I'm not even kidding you. It takes a lot for me to not engage. I mean, like sometimes to the point of where like I have to. It's like you're addicted to it. And my girlfriend will confirm that. And so you have a lot of that, and when that happens, it tends to, you just keep working, and then this last year has been difficult to get, to go up. I'd like to hit 200,000 by this year. I'm not too sure if that's going to be a possibility or not. I think it can be, but I don't know. Anyway, so that was a big, thing. Hold on. There was a guy here. I got on this long tangent. Randy. I don't want to overlook it because your comment. Thank you, Phil Farkley, for the $5 from Madison's Diapers, because we go through a lot of them. I got this shirt for Christmas. My brother got it for me. I don't know where he got it. Okay. I want to make sure. There we go. Okay, Randy here says, "I've loved you since Gamergate. My longest girlfriend of 4 years just dumped me the other day. I honestly feel like killing myself. What do you think?" Well, I'm just gonna be honest with you. I know how you feel. I'm having trouble myself at this moment in time with everything that happened in 2017. I'm currently trying to find a therapist to help keep me from feeling what you feel. It's just a sense of loss that comes into it, right? So I get it, man. You lose your girlfriend of 4 years. That loss is very real. That pain is real. It's internal. It makes you feel things you normally wouldn't feel, and you feel like there's no way out. There's just a fog, right? I get it. That's how I feel pretty much every day. I have seasonal affectiveness disorder as well. So being in the Northwest in the winter, gloomy all the time. But, as for me, I would recommend be around friends. Be around people who you like. It doesn't have to be family, right? It doesn't. Find something from your childhood that made you feel good. Watching Simpsons, watching Family Guy, eating a tub full of ice cream while you're watching a dumb, stupid movie or something. Do that sort of thing. But seek help. If you feel like there's a national suicide prevention hotline, give them a call. There are a multitude of services that are available to you that will help you. I would say that the moment you think about it, because I'm sure you think about it and you don't feel like you're afraid, right? You think about doing it and you don't feel anything. You don't feel fear. Immediately contact somebody. I mean that. Because I understand. So, I would recommend that is the best course of action would be to do that. And if money is an issue, you can find local services online. Your county will have should have mental health facilities available that are either free or really low cost. So I would recommend, don't be embarrassed, man. Don't be embarrassed. We all go through these thoughts, like I'll be honest, when the apocalypse hit really bad last summer, man, I live next to a lake, like a big ass lake. It's very pretty in the summer, but I would drive by it and all I could think about was just swimming out and never coming back. Because I've invested so much of myself into what I do here, and just to be continuously fucked for somebody else's mistakes, it weighs on you after a while. And so, yeah, I get it, man. And that's why Like I started seeing a therapist. It was a counselor, one of those free places because I couldn't afford to go see a regular one, but they're very accommodating. And it's something that I would really recommend you look into because you're not alone. I just want you to be. I'm being honest here. You're not alone, and if you feel that you've hit that point, you can go and get the help that you need. But just don't ever think you can't get it because you can. You may not be able to escape the thoughts necessarily, but um, just know that you can. So, all right. Yeah. So anyway, so yeah, that's kind of a downer topic, so to speak, but it's a good one. It's one worth having. Um, so yeah, Jeeves says here, talk therapy helps more than you think. Absolutely true. Absolutely true. Talking about it, man. Why do you think I talk so much? So John Blair, I come back to Oregon. I'm coming down again. James Damore is going to be speaking at Portland State University next month. I'm going down to that. I'm not the Dr. Phil of YouTube. If I was Dr. Phil of YouTube, I'd be trying to cash in on you and be like, how can I market off of what you're saying? Do I think the trailer for Aquaman will drop at Comic-Con? Probably. Or if they got something else coming out. What's my favorite movie of all time? My favorite movie of all time. Sorry, James Dumore, not Demore. My favorite movie is Raiders of the Lost Ark. Believe it or not. So, I'm the Oprah. I'm the Oprah of YouTube. You get a car and you get actually no, hold on. You get a wrench and you get a wrench. Everybody gets a wrench. Oh, Salem's like fucking 40 miles outside of Portland, man. What kind of nonsense is that? I don't live near Portland. It's 40 miles. I live 60 from Seattle. I still make it into the city. So, do I think the Women's March will be a yearly occurrence? Yeah. Yeah. Did I ever check out that Mr. Medicare video I'm in? Which one? I've been mentioned in a couple. If you're referring to the one about Kilroy, I did. He took the stuff I said out of context. And I told him that too. So, how strong is my glasses prescription? Pretty strong. Pretty damn strong. I want to get LASIK. I just don't know when. So, Jeeves banned him. That's not nice. So, arise, Darth Yarbo. Yes. Sorry, John Marston. James Damore is the guy who wrote the Google memo. The one that was all like, women and men are inherently different and may view STEM jobs that way. Got him fired. Apparently, the Ark of the Covenant is in Ethiopia. Cool. Fucking set up an expedition, man. I'm down with that. Set up an exposition and shit. I got a question on Twitter from Suit Yourself. He says, do you think banning people from your Discord that only come in to cause problems is living in an echo chamber? I've been accused of this for banning troublemakers. Nah, dude. If a person's coming in to be a troublemaker, then nah, fuck them. Like, fuck them. I ban people for being troublemakers. I don't have a problem with that. Like some people, like there are people even that have been like shit posters in like a chat and like the live stream that I've banned, and they hit me up on Twitter and they were just like, I was just fucking around, dude. I'm really sorry. And I'm like, all right, fine. I go and I unban them. But most people, I don't like to ban. But if a person's being a total twat, then fuck them. I don't give a shit. He asked me that like 3 hours ago. So or like 30 minutes, not 3 hours, like 30 minutes ago. It's been a long goddamn day. So hold on, someone sent me a "Stop Touching Me, Elmo" racist commercial. Oh, okay, yeah. Well, I'm not going to say the person, the name of the person, because it's definitely a racist name. So there's that. What do I think about the so-called Mandela effect? Hey, man, they were the Berenstain Bears when I was a kid. You know what I mean? And I got a whole fucking shelf of Berenstain Bears. What kind of nonsense is that? All right, they're the Berenstain Bears. They're fucking Jewish. All right. No, I don't know if they were Jewish or not. But no, for me growing up, they were the Berenstain Bears. And, So, have I ever banned someone when you sense weakness in them? No. Why would I? I'm not trying to dominate them. I will ban you, then I will penetrate you from behind. No, nothing like that at all. Am I a fan of John Campea, Jeremy Johns, or Chris Stuckman? Jose, I like John Campea. I watched his live stream this morning, and I was like, I was feeding the baby, so I couldn't really chat, but I was like, I wanted to comment on the chat because he was like really getting some stuff wrong. Jeremy Johns and Chris Stuckman, I'm subscribed to them because like I figure I should watch competition. I never watch one of their reviews because if I haven't seen the movie, I'm not going to go watch the review on it. And then once I see the movie, I'm generally not going to go watch other people's reviews on it. So I really don't read reviews. I'll read like their reactions online, thumbs up, thumbs down sort of thing. I look at that more than I look at the reviews. Do I think Anita Sarkeesian started this whole SCW thing or does it go before her? It goes before her, man. She capitalized on it though. She did good. Some Sergeant Buck. Some of you are all right. Don't go to the Jedi Academy tomorrow. Kylo Ren 2015. So fucked up. That's so fucked up. That's where the Knights of Ren came from. Let's see here. Have a good night, Maverick Zero. Thanks for coming in, man. Do I like 4chan? I check out 4chan time to time. I check out Poll. I don't really read B anymore because like I really don't care about trap threads, and all the you raf you ruse threads are just like shit I've seen before, because their meme game has gotten weak because it's B during the summer is like the worst fucking time. It's every goddamn edgy 14-year-old that discovers what a trap is. I'm showing you a chick with a penis. I'm starting going like, yeah, this is literally nothing new. All right, come back when the chick with a penis is uncircumcised and is docking with another penis while sucking on a horse cock, and then maybe we'll fucking talk. Maybe. One of them's got to be a midget. Then you got my attention. Until then, fuck off. You know what I mean? Like that's the whole thing. Like I've seen it, like there's that old line from the fucking what was it? ICP, right? The fucking Magnets video. It's a horrible song. I love it though. It's just like I've seen shit that would shock your eyelids, and I'm all like, yeah, dude, so have I. Like, fuck you, ICP. All right, hang out at 4chan back in the day. Back in the day. All right, 4chan back in the day was great. 4chan now is just like soy boys galore. You know what I mean? PewDiePie is gonna get in trouble over the Tide Pod shit. Man, fuck, dude. I got no idea. I'm actually going to do another Tide Pod video Tuesday because there's another story that popped up. B died about 5 years ago. It did. Poll is by B is dead now. It is. It really is. I like TV because I like this. I like reading the movie threads and shit. But because I started getting behind on television, I stopped going there because they would just spoil everything. So have I ever thought about making an alternate channel for my cat, for Cat Jarbo, and calling it Jarfield? Yet no, I would call it Mundane Cat because that's keeping similar with the branding. Lindsay Lohan as Batgirl is a better chance of Trump getting reelected. Yeah, man. But her being interested is interesting to me, actually, because I'm not ultimately against it. I would like to see like a junky version of Barbara Gordon, like I'd like to see her as Barbara Gordon when she becomes Oracle. Because she could just be fucking high on painkillers the whole time. And you're like, I understand that. That's motivation. That's method acting. Have I seen any good movies recently? I saw The Disaster Artist. I like that quite a bit. I should encourage more Tide Pods because it would thin out the week. Oh, Jesus Christ. I was at fucking Costco, I think yesterday or the day before. No, I think it was Friday night. I came across an entire pallet of Tide Pods. And I tweeted out like, oh, I found Mecca. Your pal Rags was suspended for fucking from Twitter. That's fucking lame. How's Chance? Chance is good. He's good. He's gained a lot of weight over the winter, and he's just annoying me all the time. So if Lohan didn't have plastic surgery, if Lohan didn't have a drinking problem, I can handle plastic surgery. But her skin looks like aged leather, and she's like younger than me. Did I read the book? No, I never read the book, but I did see the movie it's based on multiple times, and I love it. Oh, Vester, did you throw the spoons? Did you throw the spoons at the room? Because if you didn't throw the spoons, you didn't see the right version of it. When I saw the movie, I saw it at the Sunset 5 in Los Angeles, and Tommy Wiseau actually he introduced the movie. So I got to see Tommy. I was like, that's so cool, man. I love The Room. I love that movie. It's so like, I don't even look at it as being a bad movie, right? I don't look at it from the perspective of like, oh, it's so horrible, it's good. I look at it like I just had fun watching it. I've watched it when Adult Swim aired it on fucking April 1st. I've watched that movie unironically. Like that is, I actually gotten to the point where I just like it because it brings me just a lot of joy for some reason. So Lohan used to be so hot. Yep. Did I see Jordan Peterson's interview on UK TV? Oh, I did. Oh, I did. That was good. That was good. So yeah. Again, Jordan Peterson. I'm not the biggest fan of the guy, but that was a good review. Early Super Bowl bet, man. Oh, come on. Let's be realistic here. It's the fucking Pats. Like, I don't want the Pats to win. I want fucking Tom Brady to just like get his hand broken so he's gone. I want Bill Belichick to get a fucking football to the face for all the times he cheated and shit. Of course, if that ever happened, Brady would just deflate it first, would have less of an impact, but still. Brave man person. You want to meet up in Olympia? You'll buy me a QB burrito. What the hell's a QB burrito? Share a story about your with local roots. Here's the thing. I got to talk to Repsion. We're supposed to be scheduling a meetup in Seattle sometime. So I only have like one light on, so it might be poor in the video quality. Yeah. But hey, at least the fucking background looks really good. Background looks really good. And I don't know if you guys have noticed this. I've actually been trying to comb my hair. Usually I don't. But I have tried having self-confidence. Doesn't work out as well as I'd like. Anyway, have I heard of Mumkey Jones? I have not. You want to see Brady choke? How long do I think the government shutdown will last? Oh, man. End of the week. Before then. So. How would you do videos on Twitch right now? I don't know, man. Like I'd have to start, basically I'd have to take this and move it over there, like this live stream, and like move it over there. Or, and like, or do a show or whatever. It's like me and Twitch, as much as I like the idea of it, probably not going to happen. Not to the way that not right away. Now, me and another platform that I'm currently waiting for approval on, that's going to happen. So, oh, you want Philly to wing see a family from Pittsburgh? I understand that, man. Good night, Curtis. Thanks for coming in, homie. Why did I change it to Matt Jarbo a while back? Okay, so here's the truth. I've been Mundane Matt for 6 years. I got kind of tired of going by the name Mundane Matt. It makes me cringe. It just makes me cringe when I hear it said aloud to me. VidCon was just a nonstop cringe fest. I was like, oh hey, what's up, Mundane Matt? Fuck. You just call me Matt. Okay. Or even just say like Jarbo, because there's no one else here with that name, first or last. But no. So I just wanted to change it. I wanted something different. I want to do something different. But ultimately I'm tied to it. For better or for worse. So that's why. You have to be a cute girl or someone with big tits to be, well, I like to think that I am moderately cute. As for my boob size, no. I mean, no. So hold on. Wait, what about Medicare? Are you talking about fucking DSP? Yeah. I'm like the amazing atheist with less gimmicks. Is that a challenge? So, I agree. Thank you. You think I have great tits. I appreciate that. For I have a very large, I have a very like broad chest, and so like the fat like on my body, it's like on my I get it all from my mom's side, and so it like congeals in these very odd places. Like my thighs are just terrible. Like inner, outer, I can like my it's oh yeah, I'm not going into that. That's too much. That's too much. Any more YouTuber news in the future? Well, as YouTuber news happens, then yeah. I mean, I don't think you guys want me to go into YouTubers and talk about them like other people. You know what I mean? Because like I don't want to sit there and like attack a YouTuber. Like, okay, so I talked about the Ellie Darby girl, and I should not have said what I said. I called her Botox duck lips. I still think it's funny, but I probably shouldn't have said it. But when I talk about another YouTuber, and I talk about them on the channel. I wanted to be from a place of this is about the business side of it, or like the culture side of it, or not a personal thing. You know what I mean? Like PewDiePie fucked up a lot. 2017, clearly dropping the N bomb. I mean, ultimately, it doesn't even matter. People who were super offended at it. I don't believe like 90% of them were super offended at it. I'm not. Thank you. Seneca says, I hear not drama alert. But if I was, fucking Keemstar makes like millions of dollars, man. Millions of dollars. I mean, no integrity, but millions of dollars. You know, I'm like fucking Benny from goddamn fucking Total Recall, man. I got mouths to feed, you know. I got a video coming tomorrow where I talk about Monique, the comedian. She wants there to be a boycott of Netflix because they didn't pay her like the 13 million that they offered up to fucking Amy Schumer. Again, I don't know why. And I said in there, I'm like, look, I don't make a lot of money via Patreon, but I'm not going to sit there and beg for it. I want to earn it. You know, I want to earn it. And she's like, she's acting all entitled and shit. So I try not to be an entitled person. I really do. It sometimes is difficult because I'll try to be funny and it comes across as being a dick. I get that. So I mean, yeah, I just wanted to like, yeah, I could talk more about YouTubers and if they do something that breaks the law or whatever. And I do pay attention to a lot of that kind of stuff, but ultimately, I'm not trying to be like a drama alert or a scarce, even though it's insanely lucrative to do so. If they were doing things like the FaZe Bank situation, I should have probably covered that because that was a legality issue about them doing something. Ultimately, it fell off my radar and I didn't hear about it till I watched a Philly D video on it. So like things like that, I'm not in it on what YouTubers are up to. If they're outside of the skeptic community, I'm generally not paying much attention. It's just what I see on people's Twitters and shit. So it's just not who I am. But ultimately, and I understand like that makes growth difficult. But at the same time, like there's a guy I know, I won't say his name. I'm not trashing him. I think he's doing good work, but at the same time, he went from like 80,000 subscribers to 155,000 subscribers in about probably 3.5 months. He's done this because he talks about nothing but YouTuber drama. Like when the Rice Gum content cop thing happened, he made like 5 or 6 videos. All of them were like 10 minutes long and shit. A lot of recycled arguments because that was one of the biggest complaints against him. And he's acknowledged that and he's doing a lot better now. But ultimately, that's what he does. And the videos get fucking hundreds of thousands of views. And he shot up insanely high in terms of how much he's been able to, like making shit or like how many subscribers he's gotten. But now if he ever tries to walk away from that, those people are only going to want to watch that content. So if Onision fucks off of YouTube and goes away, that's one person down. If Rice Gum all of a sudden becomes like a fucking, a nun, takes a vow of celibacy and shuts the fuck up and stops making really horrible diss tracks, then that's another one that's down. If the Paul brothers suddenly find themselves on the run in Thailand for doing something stupid and you can't talk about it, that's going to be gone too. And that is a problem. But at the same time though, because social influencers, YouTubers, Instagram models, Facebook people, whatever, there's so many people that are willing to do almost anything to get internet famous, as we saw from like the Sons of Kojima going after Darkside Phil. Fred Fuchs or Fred Fuchs or whatever wanted to be an e-celeb. I've had people come after me during Gamergate because they felt like my notoriety was unearned and that they were the ones that were doing the hard work. And so they tried to like sabotage my career and like, you know, and like fucking take me down and shit. It happens. But that's not all I want to talk about. That's why I like doing the movie stuff, man. Movie shit's fucking fun. So, yeah, there will always be new people. Exactly. A hypothetical question. Let's say if you had info and could cause an international incident and you wanted to use YouTube to go public, how would you go about doing it? If I had information that could cause an international incident, I would probably want to look at the country of which that incident would then take place. I would then want to look at their extradition laws. I'd want to look at the country that I'm currently in extradition laws. And then I would want to make myself go to a country that had no extradition laws. And also make sure if it was like going to completely upend your life, then you completely want to make sure you are where you are. So, hey, what's up, Avid Player? My career is making vids, pretty much. I don't know. I thought Fred. I thought Fred. Sons of Kojima. I don't know, man. I don't know everyone with AVGN either. I don't watch that shit. So I've ever thought about streaming a public domain movie and shit posting with the chat while you watched it. Yeah, I thought about doing that. I thought about streaming my movie and then shit posting with the chat. So what are my thoughts on Brexit, man? I don't know. I feel my thoughts on Brexit are pretty much the same as like everyone who's not Nigel Farage. They're like, it seems like a good idea, but ultimately it's probably not a good idea. You know? So, right. James Rolfe. I'm sorry. I was thinking of Channel Awesome, man. I was thinking of Channel Awesome. Will I release my tax returns to prove I'm not working with Russia? No, I don't want you guys to see how much money I paid in taxes because it's a lot and that would make me cry because I don't want to think about how much I spent in taxes. I'll put it to you like this. I didn't go over $20,000. It's not 20,000, but it's close. So, what's up, Viva La Rosa? Hollywood is full of hypocrites. Damn straight they are. Here's the thing. Not everyone in Hollywood is a hypocrite. Most people, okay, you have two types of people in Hollywood. You have above the line and below the line. Above the line are your directors or producers, your editors, your actors, the people whose names you see before a movie begins. That's above the line. Everyone else is what they call below the line. Below the line people are pretty much fucking amazing. They're just people that want to do work. They want to get ahead and they want to work in the industry. When you get above the line, that's when a lot of ego kicks in, a lot of power trips kick in, a lot of drugs and cocaine kick in, and then you become kind of a dick. So below the line peeps, chill as fuck. Above the line people, some of them are pretty cool, and a lot of them are pretty cool, but then there are a number of them that are just dicks. So, have you ever seen a man try to distance himself from 4chan harder? Who is the person who's distancing themselves from 4chan harder? So, everyone has something they're a hypocrite about. Oh yeah, totally. Like I'm no better. So I have, what's my favorite other YouTuber? I watch a lot of Philly D. I wouldn't call him like my favorite YouTuber. As weird as the sounds, the one person I will drop everything and watch their video is Medicare. I've respected Jim for a long time, and everything else. So, and I don't know what his feelings are towards me. They could be good, they could be bad, but he's always, we've always had an interesting rapport with one another, a cordial rapport. But I let the guys work. I think. I agree with Sargon and Louis on this one in that debate. I think if Jim wanted it, if he wanted to go to that route of being like as big as Sargon and doing whatever, man, he could totally do it. So you think after the Han Solo movie, Kathleen Kennedy will step down from Lucasfilm? Probably not. General Grievous. It'd be nice, but the movie would have to tank hard, and I mean like critically go down in flames. Not even that. She won't step down after that. Solo could crash and burn, but if like episode 9 crashes and burns, yeah, it's gonna be pretty bad. I should make a vid with Izzy. Izzy Nosbury? Yeah, he's coming. I don't know if he's going to Killer anymore. I think he's going to go to VidCon. this year. He didn't go last year because of some personal stuff, but I think he's going to go this year. So next Review Tech collab. I have talked to Rich about doing a collab again, and I'm like, we should totally do this, and he's like, yeah, totally. And then that's about it. Rich is the kind of person that you would need to like consistently cattle prod to get him to do anything. That's not in his realm of work. So there's that. I don't think he's a bad guy. I'm not talking shit about him, but like, you know, after the whole verdict situation, we probably shouldn't ever truly collab again, but yeah. Why are you working with the Russians? You know better. The Russians pay. Rubles don't make a lot of money, but they give me a lot of them. So there's that. Flea Kilroy. Nah, man, Kilroy's gonna be fucking fun. What's my thoughts on the Gambit movie that's been developed? I don't know, man. Gambit is like, they lost Gore Verbinski. He would have been a good director. I think they lost Gore Verbinski because of the Disney deal. I think they're going to tailor Gambit for the MCU, if I'm being honest. I think they're going to tailor Gambit to like fit into the MCU as a whole. And what they should do, honest to God, and fucking Kevin Feige should be all over this, is send a producer like Louis D'Esposito or something to oversee that part of it. Just be like, look, we already know what's going to happen. The deal is going to go through. Let's just start laying the groundwork, right? A couple references here and there, just laying the groundwork. And then by the time Gambit 2 rolls around, he'll be full bore MCU. I think that would be the better course of action. I'm in it for the Stoli. I'm sure. I don't know what the fuck that is. Box office for Star Wars dropped off 94% at Chinese box office. Well, technically it dropped off 92% and they pulled it a couple days later, but yeah. How's my relationship with Putin? He gives excellent back rubs. Any thoughts on SJW Marvel? Not really, because I don't read it. However, I do want to make a t-shirt that says, ask me about my Meninist agenda, and wear that to Comic-Con. Am I curious to watch Jodie Whittaker as the new Doctor? I don't watch Doctor Who, so no, I don't. Gambit's our best shot at being a substitute to Wolverine. I would like to see that. I want them to like honest to God, I think I said this too. If they want a serviceable Gambit movie, there's literally one director they could bring in. Literally, I think one director who could do it, and that would be Kevin Smith. Just saying. It wouldn't be like the action. He'd have to have a very good director of photography who would be able to direct the action sequences. But I think like nailing like the character delivery and the dialogue and whatnot, I think Kevin Smith could do it. I think he was born to do a movie like this. And also it would just get it done. So, any thoughts on me giving me an actual fruit bat? No, thank you. No, thank you. So, oh, unknown archives in here. Have I made nice with Worski? I haven't talked to Worski, and I don't intend to talk to Worski, and I'm pretty sure someone will tell him that, and that's fine. I have nothing to say to the guy. So, should Zack Snyder ever work with the WB again? I don't know. There's I don't know what's gonna happen with that. So are traps gay? No, not all traps are gay. So no, not all traps are gay. What are my thoughts on the long development hell for Avatar 2? Honestly, I think what happened is James Cameron, and I think I talked about this in a video that went up on 3 Buck Theater the other day, but James Cameron, I think he took the criticism for the storyline of Avatar a bit too hard, because it's a very simple story, but it works. It's effective. And I think for the sequels, the 4 sequels now, and it's going to have like $1 billion production budget for the 4 movies. I think I heard that somewhere. I feel like it's probably going to be that anyway, but he's essentially going to make it for this big thing. And also by the time the movies come out, the Disney deal will be done. The World of Pandora is already at Walt Disney World. And so, yeah, it's going to be pretty crazy. What are my thoughts on the Black Lightning show? I haven't seen it yet. Am I scared of the Kumite? No, I'm not scared of the Kumite. I don't give a fuck about the Kumite, man. Internet blood sports aren't my thing. They can sit there and bring me up on a day-to-day basis, which from what I gather, they already do. And whatever, I don't care. So I look way better in 144p. Thank you. It smooths out really smooths out the puffiness in my face. You know, low quality, man. It's the only way to fap to mundane Matt. Low quality. Any updates for New California? No, they just posted it the other day. Paramount Pictures versus Universal Studios. Paramount was doing it for a while, man. Paramount in like the early 2000s was like fucking rocking it. Transformers, Star Trek. They were like they had some big movies, and then they just kind of dropped the ball. But Universal has been like with Fast and Furious and Jurassic World, 50 Shades of Grey. I know, but the franchise has actually done quite well. So there's that. Do I have an alt-right audience at all? I don't know if I do. It's possible. It's possible I did at the beginning of 2017. If they are still around, good for them. So, do you think if Black Panther does low numbers than the other Marvel movies, SJWs, you blame it on racism? The Black Panther is already set to make more money in its opening weekend than Justice League, so it's going to be fine. I personally cannot wait to see it. I think it looks fucking awesome. Blue Raven, thanks for coming in, buddy. Have yourself a good night, man. The alt-right is a dead meme. I don't know. It's still pretty active, but now that we know that Richard Spencer is either dating a black woman or whatever, or friends with one, it's going to definitely kill his street cred. I'll tell you that. So, but no, like, did you guys see the pictures coming out of Twitter? When they did the stream with Sargon, apparently there was like a woman, and she is very much of a darker complexion, not, and he was like trying to hide her by cutting off the camera and stuff. That was pretty funny. And he's like, oh no, they found out. I love the dark meat. What will I tell my alt-right racist buddies? That's okay. We just came from a cross burning. That's why her skin is so dark. But she just got out of the shower. Oh yeah, it was a horrible. I was out of hot water, so she just she got damp, but it's still there. I also know that Richard Spencer likes Asians, so there's that. 50 Shades of Grey is not BDSM, it's rape. I'm not disagreeing. Advice for a radical alt-centrist whose friends keep calling him alt-right because free speech is a conservative position these days. Dude, Chelsea, I get it, man. I don't get called that. I don't get called that at all. But I understand what you mean. I just, you know what? Fuck them. If they're gonna get so butthurt, then fuck them. Fuck them in the butt. So there's that. The alt-right killed the SJW phase off YouTube. Well, the alt-right kind of replaced it, to be honest with you. And this is a true thing. This is a true thing. So, so you had the presidential election, right? And I said this earlier, and I kind of stand, and I don't know for certain, but my gut's telling me this is a thing. I think we're going to find out that there's a lot of Russian bots on YouTube that have been subscribing to pro-Trump, anti-Hillary accounts, and then beefing them up. I don't know how true that is. I have no basis of whatever reasoning behind it, but the only reason why I would think that is because we've seen the meddling on Twitter, we've seen the meddling on Facebook. It just makes sense. YouTube is a social media platform, so you've got that. So ultimately, I believe that there's been a rise of the alt-right came a lot from the demise of the SJWs. Because let's face it, the SJWs hedged all their bets on Hillary Clinton. They hedged all their bets on Hillary Clinton. They're out there just going like, we're gonna, like this is how it is. This is fucking everyone who supports Trump is a racist, sexist, bigoted asshole. It's like, that's not true. Okay. And like, that's one of the hardest parts is being a centrist person and just going, the fuck? Like, I don't support Trump. I just don't like Hillary. And then it's that look of like disbelief of how can you not like Hillary? She's going to be our first female president. I don't know. I just don't like her. I'm sorry. Like, I'm pretty sure she's a bad person, just like all politicians are bad people, with the exception of Bernie Sanders. So Mary Screw Kill. What is it? Anita Sarkeesian, Chelsea Clinton, Anna Kasparian. I'd kill Clinton because I just don't know anything about her. I'd probably screw Anna and marry Anita. I feel there's more money in Anita. I think she'd be a good sugar mama. So, what do I think the political landscape will look like in 10 or 20 years from now? Oh, man. Let me tell you how the political landscape is going to be in 20 years. Because 20, 30 years guaranteed. Here's the thing. We're going to get to a point of where, and the pendulum will swing back, but it's going to get to a point of where the vast majority of the country is probably going to end up becoming Democratic, right? Voting blue. We're going to see a lot of red states going to start turning blue. We're going to see this because as the voting bloc, the predominant voting bloc for Republicans start to die off, as baby boomers start to die off, we're going to see them replaced by, well, their younger hippie children, and then also the millennials, or I think I'm called a zennial because I was born between 1977 and 1983. That weird age, the last age to enjoy life before the internet. My daughter will never know life before the internet. It's a nightmare. I don't know why anyone would want to go back to that, right? Remember dial-up? No, man. When am I going to set up a maker support account so you have to send me $3? Actually, I will set one up this week, I promise you. But ultimately, I feel like the Republican Party, the GOP as we know it currently, is going to die off. It's not to say that it's never not going to return to some kind of prominence, but ultimately in the next 20 years, we're going to see a lot of the strict people, the Tea Partiers, all these people are going to be going away because they're going to die. And that's just a natural fact. I'm not saying I want them to die. I'm saying they are going to die. And when that happens, you're going to see a lot of people very much change their tune. And, I honestly feel that the situation with Trump right now, quite frankly, is just a last hurrah. It's a last hurrah of the GOP. This is literally what they're hedging their future on, is a guy who ran as a joke, who ended up winning, and is a year into it and is just like borderline about to be, this Mueller investigation is going to fuck him hard. And it's not even going to fuck him directly, right? It's like a parallel fucking, it's going to be like Mueller's going to be pantomiming fucking Trump while he's literally fucking over like Jared Kushner or some shit. Because here's the thing, and read this in the Michael Wolff book too, but I already had these thoughts beforehand. These are people who didn't want to win. These are people who were not well versed in politics. And the stuff that they did on the campaign trail, they probably never thought it was going to matter because they thought they were going to fucking lose. They still played the game because they had to play the game, but they ended up winning. And so now this is where a lot of this is coming from. I don't think Trump personally has had any collusion with Russia. I don't believe that. I really honestly don't. But I do believe that his people that he worked with were stupid and did stupid things. And that's going to bite him all in the ass. I think the P-tape's real. I know, I don't even hate the guy. I've said this before too. I don't hate the guy for the P-tape. I personally want to see the P-tape. I want to see Trump with like a fucking just stack of ruples, man, and two buxom Ukrainian strippers pissing on this bed and him just like, make it rain. Like that's the video I want to see. That's what I want to see. I would have mad respect. Wait, I had Logan Paul do it. The Japanese are all about the respect. Whatever the fuck it was. So there's that. Have I ever I love that. Are you fucking retarded? No, I'm fine. Do I think Trump has even a modicum of awareness that he sucks as POTUS? Yes, I do. I do. I do think he's aware. I think that his ego won't let him not be aware. Would I ever consider going into politics? I've thought about it. I've thought about running locally. I don't want to be like a state senator or a representative or whatever. I would like to be involved maybe in local politics to help craft and shape the area where I live. That's more or less my interest in politics. Yeah, when I was running for governor, man, people thought I was going to like, the general consensus amongst my friends were that I would just like destroy the state if I won. They're like, oh, you would just fuck everything up, And I'm all like, actually, I'm relatively fiscally conservative, but socially liberal. So it's one of those weird things that people hate. But I I'm like, no, I would try to open this thing up, but I also would tax the fucks out of Indian casinos. I would. I totally would, because fuck them. Hey, what's up, Wakan? Yakan, I am probably freaking that name up. Do I think you don't think my analysis is correct? The GOP, they're on the verge of conservative revolution. But here's the thing, brave man person, they are, but the revolution is not the revolution that they want. The revolution is going to be controlled by the alt-right. The fucking squeakiest wheel is the first one to get the goddamn grease. That is literally what is driving the revolution. This type of new conservatism that's based around like an ethno state or nationalism. And the whole point of that is, and this is literally what you have to watch out for. And I would say, go back and look at the Charlottesville protest, right? You had the first night there, you had your alt-right, your Richard Spencers, your baked Alaskas, your meme lords, if you will, wearing fucking polos and khakis, carrying tiki torches, chanting blood and soil, and you will not replace us, right? Yes, it was a show. It was a show. That's all it was meant to be. It was a show. But the next day is when you brought out all of the other neo-Confederates, neo-Nazis, white nationalists, white supremacists, the racists. All of those people showed up the next day, right? Now, this is where the problem lies with this new kind of conservative movement. This is how I see it. And, this is what I'm seeing, is you've got these people that are going to basically butt heads, right? Richard Spencer is a nice face of the alt-right. He's a nice face. He looks like a fucking GQ Gap poster boy. The type of guy that would be, that you would see on some type of Nazi propaganda from 1930s and shit, right? You'd see that type of, you could easily imagine Richard Spencer wearing a brown shirt. I'm not saying the guy wears a brown shirt, but I'm saying you could see it based upon his haircut and the way that he dresses. Now, that kind of styling is good for appealing to middle America. But the hardliners would come on in. The hardliners would come in and they'd take over, because Spencer doesn't have the clout or the balls to fight back, not in the way that would be effective. And as a result of that, he would end up finding himself on the losing end of a battle, and he would get shoved out. And that's the whole thing. These guys it becomes tribalistic. It's going to have multiple warring factions and a lot of bloodshed if these guys end up taking over, because their ideas are shit. They're shit. I understand why people want a white ethno state. I do. I understand it. I get it. I'm not ignorant to their ideals in this regard, but they're going about it the wrong fucking way. What they want is the same thing social justice warriors want. They want change right now. They want it in their hand, wrapped up, good to go through a drive-through, get a Happy Meal, go home and Netflix and chill while you're eating your fucking toy. The whole point there is this is what they want, and they're not going to get it. But if they were smart, if they were fucking smart, they could have their ethno state 20, 30 years. Seriously, they could have it. They could have an ethno state here in the United States 20 or 30 years. It wouldn't be a bordered, defined ethno state, but it would be that all in, and everything but name only, if they played it right. And you know how they would do that? This is where it gets funny. They would do that if they just looked at the immigration patterns from refugees coming from other countries and how they move into areas, and they all buy property together. They all live together. They all cluster together. They all buy businesses together. And then they end up making that their community and then expanding outward. That's all they have to do. It is that fucking simple. But because you're talking about warring ideologies, when you get them down to their core principle, warring ideologies, they will not actually do it. So here's the thing, though. Charlie Kirk, Ben Shapiro, Lauren Southern, they're pundits, man. Spencer's a fucking pundit. These guys they're not going to go out there and actually push for any of this shit. They're going to talk about it because they make money. That's the whole point. Like Rush Limbaugh, has he ever accomplished really anything? Yeah, he's talked a fucking large game for years, but he sits in a nice air-conditioned office in Miami, goes out there and says, hey man, this fucking hurricane, it's not going to be that big of a deal. It's just the government lying to you. And then he has to fucking flee because he's a lying sack of shit. That's what I'm talking about here. I don't think like Lauren Southern's a bad person. I don't think Ben Shapiro's a bad person. They have their opinions, but those are their opinions, and they're paid very well to espouse those opinions. But that is literally where it ends. Lauren, on the other hand, I gave her some activism cred with the whole fucking Europa thing. That's that. But ultimately, that's where they end. Yeah, Tyler, like me. Exactly. Like me. I'm this person talking my opinions online. All right. If I felt strongly enough about something, I might go to a protest. Ultimately, though, yeah, I'm just a person talking. I'm telling you my opinion on other people, but ultimately that reflects back on me. I acknowledge that. But I'm saying that there are people out there that legitimately want to act. And if you find yourself associating with them because you think that, like, you know, the whole safety in numbers thing, you find yourself getting fucked pretty quick. So, and Alex Jones, I would say Alex Jones is remarkably dangerous. I would say Alex Jones. He's funny, but he's also dangerous. What crypto am I investing in now? I haven't invested in crypto. No, wait. Wait, hold on. Wait. You say Pissgate? Do you mean Pizzagate or Pissgate? Because that's literally two separate things. And actually, I disproved Pissgate. Paul Joseph Watson from Infowars.com believed that it was real, or believed that women had actually fallen for it when he himself fell for faked images put out there by 4chan to push the agenda. So there's that. Well, look at the situation. Okay, Pepe, look at the situation with fucking pizzeria last year. The guy who went in there with the gun, trying to find the underground sex dungeon of children that had been heavily talked about for over a month on Infowars, not only through videos on YouTube, but multiple times talked about on their program, told authorities when he was arrested after he went in there and found out that he had been fucking duped, that he had gotten all the information from Infowars. Twice in 2017, Alex Jones had to apologize. Twice in 2 months, had to apologize for saying false statements because he was threatened to be sued for what he had said. He is walking dangerously close to eventually just pissing off the wrong person with a lot of money and having that entire thing taken down. But in the meantime, he understands the idea. Alex Jones is a showman. Above all else, he is a showman. And I give him mad credit for how he goes about doing this shit. Because I say this, when he's on, I can watch Alex Jones because I find him entertaining, similar to Glenn Beck. Disagree wholeheartedly with everything that he fucking says, but I can get behind the energy. It's when it's anyone else on Infowars, man, I tune the fuck out. And honestly, so do so many other people. They tune the fuck out when it's anyone else on Infowars. So that's the whole point. Jones understands that you have to go harder and crazier and more over the top. And eventually, you get to this point where the bullshit you spout, the lies you perpetrate, knowingly perpetrate, because he's like, oh, it's a performance character. It's just an act. Whatever, dude. If it is, then you've been exposed, but you had to try to save your kid, and it still cost you $3 million fucking dollars. The whole point there is that Jones has to push it harder and harder and harder and harder in order to be able to continuously get what he wants, which is viewers, keeping them on the edge of their seat about how they're putting chemicals in the water to turn the freaking frogs gay. And as a result, I've talked to people that legitimately believe the government puts chemtrails in our atmosphere so we can't see planets out there in space. Not even kidding you, because they learned about this on Infowars. That should come with a government regulated disclaimer for entertainment purposes only. So I know about the actual frogs gay. It's more of a meme. I was saying it as a meme. I understand the situation. So I like the thing is, okay, here let me Shia or Shigger, I'm fuck your name up right there. He says, I tune the fuck out of media these days as it is. Hell, Matt, you have more journalistic credit than these professionals. Let me just kind of, I want to kind of touch upon that, because here's something. Now, people have told me that I'm more credible than some journalists or so on and so forth. And ultimately the answer there is, I don't think that I am. I'm not. People like myself, people like Philip DeFranco, David Pakman, Alex Jones, Cenk Uygur, all of us who do news coverage that basically are just talking heads, pundits on a screen, We all pull our sources from mainstream media. Now, I find it difficult to constantly attack the media when I'm always sourcing them because I just find that to be very weird. Now, do outlets get things wrong? Yes, absolutely. Do they omit certain factors of stories in order to then pepper that into another thing later on for more clicks and views? Yes, it's unfortunate. It's one of the things that happens with media is that they're on the 24/7 cycle. And that's honest to God done the worst thing it can do for media ever is to go on 24/7 cycle. So ultimately, you've got the situation where we all source from roughly the same contaminated pool. The only difference is I don't have a corporate boss breathing down my neck, wanting me to push an agenda because all mainstream media now is agenda driven. That is accurate, right? It is. It's agenda driven. I don't care what station it is. And you hear about this a lot, actually, from people in the media. They acknowledge this, but they don't do anything to fucking stop it. So maybe in that regard, people like me, maybe we've got more credibility because we're not agenda driven by a corporate overlord. That doesn't mean that I don't have an agenda that I speak upon, that I don't have my own hill that I spout my own statements from, right? I have a political leaning. I'm going to support my political leaning. That is my agenda. So am I still more credible? I just don't have a boss telling me what to think. I'm just thinking for myself. Maybe, maybe not. It's up for, honest to God, it's up for you to decide. So that's the whole thing I'm trying to get to here. It's just that it's an imperfect system and no one is, I think able to completely walk away with their hands clean is more or less what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, anyway, rant done. Did I support Bernie? I did support Bernie. I did. I didn't agree with everything that he says. Still don't agree with everything that he says. I like the idea of investing in human capital. I like the idea of trying to put an emphasis on giving people an education that they can then bring into the workforce. So many people are up to the average person to graduate with a bachelor's degree is $37,000 in debt. With mounting interest, you're looking at over 20 years to pay it off. Now, if the jobs aren't there, that person is in debt for the rest of their life because they pursued an education. They wanted to better their status in life. That is something that we should be working to find ways to alleviate that problem. I'm not saying debt forgiveness. It's a nice fucking pipe dream, but maybe like doing away with all the interest on it. But the truth of the matter is the interest brings in the United States government over $1 trillion a year. So, oh no, I think it's, no, sorry. It's $1 billion a year. It's $1 trillion in debt, but it's $1 billion a year. So I believe that, yeah, investing in education would be the right way to go. And definitely, pushing for that. I feel like that's a better bet. Okay, so I'm Lost here says, you are basically a weathercock wishy-washy, change direction shill, trying to shill donations like a male version of Lacey Green. Sources on that one? I'd like to see sources, please. Thank you. Engineering is the way to go. Yeah, engineering, medical, entertainment. People will always pay for entertainment. There you go. I'm a shill. So, I'm just saying we need to do many reforms in this country. Party politics is not helping anything, but I don't know how to fix it. More people are, if you want to, really look at it, we have to fix our primary system. That's broken beyond all fucking belief. Seriously, you for the primaries in New York City, or just New York, you don't vote until March, first week of March. But the registration cutoff is November. What kind of fucking shit is that? So a thinner A thinner boogie fence sitting pussy. No, I disagree with you on that one. So, you're and by violent crimes juniors enlisting in the Air Force so they can get the GI Bill. It's a solid plan. May want to change the screen name though. Kills for Andy. I don't have any merch yet. I'm sorry. Can I quickly rank the Star Wars movies from best to worst? Yeah. That would be Empire, Jedi. Oh, no, sorry. Empire, A New Hope, Jedi, probably Rogue One, Force Awakens, no, sorry, Phantom Menace. Not sorry, no. Fuck. Revenge of the Sith, Attack of the Clones, The Last Jedi, Phantom Menace. I view The Last Jedi very similar to how I view the Phantom Menace. Like, there are parts I like to watch. There are parts I legitimately go, that was cool. And then at the end of it, I'm like, man, that story sucked. So, so basically saying he was thinking of the way to fix the whole school system. His idea, or her idea, I don't know what you are, I'm sorry, was to have an investment program for kids that would work like a trust fund that's slowly added to each year. That'd be nice. That would be something like that. So can we have a no party state where the only independent people in band parties? That would be funny. Star Wars is for nerds. Watch Star Trek like a real man. Here's the thing, Gamely Planet. Go back and rewatch Force Awakens. It's actually a really serviceable movie. I still fucking tear up when Han Solo gets it, man. I still tear up at that shit. Have I seen any of the prequel fan edits? Yeah, I've seen the Phantom edit. 70% less fucking Jar Jar, man. No, 70% Anakin, 100% less Jar Jar. Best way to do it. No, those are fun. The thing is, like, the prequels are can be kind of bad. And for the most part, I watch them because I still enjoy them. It doesn't matter how bad they are, I still watch them. So there's that. Okay, checking Twitter real quick. All right. Okay. Sorry, my voice is starting to go a little bit dead. Would a plumber on the moon base get paid if they worked? So, anyone watches Rachel Maddow? I actually watch Rachel Maddow. Rachel Maddow is the number one on news for her time slot, even beats out Fox. And she chases some stories that are super interesting when it comes to Russian oligarchy and money. Very fascinating stuff. Matt R., The Phantom Menace, is that bad? I can explain away a lot. As a fan of Star Wars, I can explain away a lot. There's a lot in that movie I can't explain away. You would rather watch The Phantom Menace 10 times over than watching Revenge of the Sith? Dude, what? Revenge of the Sith? Come on. Okay. Here's what I recommend. Go find Razor Fist's review of Star Wars: The Force Awakens from 2 years ago, and listen to what he says about the prequels and like how he breaks the prequels down. Because I watched the prequels again with that in mind, and I thought he did a really good job. So you hate how people keep saying TLJ needed to break the mold. Yeah, it's an excuse. We didn't need like any more of the same storytelling. Star Wars is cyclical. The other two trilogies have been the same way. This would then you could break the cycle with the next movie. They could have easily broken the cycle with the next movie, or ended the Skywalker saga in a way that would have been reminiscent of the other two trilogies, and that would have been better handled, and fans would have better responded by being like, oh, that's the Force bringing it all together and shit. That's fucking cool, man. Whereas now it's just like, they're gonna like fucking retcon Luke, man. They're gonna retcon Luke for the next movie. They're gonna retcon a lot for the next movie, I guarantee it. Like, you know, it's going to be like, all right, who wants to watch a Star Wars marathon? Okay, cool. We're skipping over The Last Jedi. Well, okay, yeah, Matt R. Yes, Darth Maul is great. Revenge of the Sith is the best of the prequels. Here's the thing, though. The thing with Attack of the Clones is Attack of the Clones got better with age. Like when you can take a step back, like after years, it's kind of like Superman Returns. You take a step back and you're like, man, that actually wasn't so bad. You just want a more badass Luke Skywalker. Dude, we all wanted a more badass Luke Skywalker, not a Luke Skywalker that's an old hermit suckling on some green teat juice. Yeah, I do think, well, Razor Fist has got over 100,000 subs. So yeah, I like Razor Fist quite a bit. We differ on a few things politically speaking, but I do like him a lot. So I'm actually looking forward to meeting him come Kilroy when I'm down in Phoenix. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And okay, well, all right. I think I need to fucking wrap this thing up because I need to use a bathroom and I'm starting to kind of fall asleep. So I've been up for a couple hours now. So I'll be back on probably. I might be on tomorrow night. But yeah, I will. I'll talk to you guys all later. I will post a link to the Discord if anyone wants to come in to the Discord. That's where a lot of people chat. I always like to pimp it at the end. Oh wait, I have to fucking sign in for that shit. What am I doing? All right. God damn it. Hold on. I got to try to fucking find it. There we go. I'm trying to like locate everything. Okay. What am I doing? All right. There we go. All right. Okay. I was running on like I'm hearing my voice a couple different times. So stupid streams. But yeah, I'll be, if you guys want to jump on the fucking Discord, I'll be on there hanging out for a few. That's how I rest my voice up. And I'll be back on 3 Buck Theater tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the Daily Show. So I will talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic night, and thanks for coming in. Peace out.